Barron Trump tried to mock Obama's words, but soon fell silent. And what happened next became the perfect example of grace defeating arrogance. The event was a grand leadership forum in Washington, D.C., attended by global dignitaries, politicians, and business icons. In the front row sat three figures who defined and divided American politics: Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and Barron Trump. Obama was calm, measured, the voice of diplomacy.
One of the things that has distinguished us in the past has been this basic idea that we are a rules-based society. What that means is that
Trump was loud, direct, the symbol of confrontation.
Good senator. He was only a good vice president because he understood how to...
And Barron, young and confident, carried a last name that echoed through every headline. As Obama took the stage, his presence spoke volumes before he even spoke. He addressed the cost of living, the struggles of everyday Americans, and the importance of leadership grounded in compassion and teamwork. Leadership isn't about blaming the last person in office, he said. It's about asking, what can we do together to fix this?
This is not just an abstraction, and I think this is one of the challenges that we have. And I saw this even before the last election. I think people tend to think, democracy, rule of law, independent judiciary, freedom of the press, that's all.
The room was quiet, but every eye was on him. Trump sat motionless, arms crossed, eyes fixed on Obama, while Barron watched curiously, his phone face down. Obama spoke of accountability, of mentoring the next generation, of solving problems instead of pointing fingers. His words weren't about politics. They were about people.
He told you what he was like and how he was going to act. The truth is, right here in New Jersey and all across the country, there were plenty of people who voted for Trump and...
He painted a picture of a nation lifted by collaboration, not division. Every pause, every glance carried weight. Reporters scribbled notes. Cameras caught each subtle expression. When Trump took the stage, he responded sharply, blaming Obama for the nation's struggles and emphasizing his own achievement.
And then I see the horror that he's left us, the stupidity of the transactions that he made. Look what we're doing. We have our great border wall. We have security.
The tension in the room thickened. His words were loud, confident, and confrontational, but Obama remained calm, letting the criticism hang without reply. Then, in a moment that shocked everyone, Trump turned the microphone to Barron. Barron spoke just 9 seconds, echoing his father's tone, mocking Obama, and even referencing the old birth certificate controversy. For a split second, the audience gasped. But Obama didn't rise to anger. Instead, he waited, then stood and addressed Barron directly, calmly but firmly. He said, "Mocking someone's story never makes your own story stronger. Confidence without experience is dangerous. Leadership is about dignity, not imitation." His words landed with quiet authority. Barron froze. Trump, expecting confrontation, realized the moment had slipped. Obama continued, turning the lesson outward. Leadership isn't about shouting or insult. It's about patience, respect, and teaching by example. He reminded everyone watching that true strength is knowing when to stand your ground and when to step back with grace. He reflected on the importance of example, how children learn from what they see, not just what they hear. If anger and mockery become the model, that's what they inherit. But if they see calm, dignity, and control, that's the true lesson.
Because if they did, they'd be up in arms right now as the Chinese are listening to the president.
Every adult in that room felt the weight of that message. Obama's gaze swept the room. He reminded the audience, and the next generation, what it means to lead without ego, to speak truth without cruelty, to hold of power without arrogance. In that brief moment, he didn't just answer a challenge. He rewrote the room's energy. As Obama walked off the stage, cameras captured his composed exit. No mic drops, no gloating, just calm, deliberate authority. Trump and Barron were left to process the moment, while the audience, Trump supporters and critics alike, recognized the difference between noise and true leadership. That night, the lesson was clear. Respect and dignity never go out of style. True power doesn't need to shout. It earns attention through composure, patience, and quiet strength. In that room, Barack Obama reminded the world exactly why that matters. And for anyone watching, the message was universal. Real leadership isn't about who speaks the loudest. It's about who stands tall with grace, no matter the chaos around them. Even in the silence after the applause faded, the lesson lingered. Control your emotions, lead with example, and let quiet strength speak louder than any words. And that night, the calmest person in the room didn't just win respect. He reminded everyone watching what true leadership looks like.